Jane. I haven't seen you in a long time.
No, I've been away at school studying.
A woman studying? Boy, that's rich.
Why? What's wrong with a woman studying?
Well, it's just a waste of time, that's all.
A waste of time?
Why, sure. You're beat before you get started.
And just what do you mean by that?
Well, any fool knows that in fields requiring any kind of brain work, a man will freeze you out every time.
Oh, I'm not so sure about that.
You're not, huh? Well, I just have to prove it to you, that's all.
And just how do you intend proving to me that men are naturally smarter than women?
It's very simple. I'm going to do it by a little game called definition.
What do you mean?
Well, you see, it's like this. I give you a word, and then you tell me what you think it means.
You give me a word, and then I tell you what I think it means?
That's right. And then we trade around, and you give me a word, and I'll tell you what I think it means.
Oh, I see. And the one who gets the most words right is the smartest. Is that it?
You're right as a $2 bill in a red light district.
Okay, let's get started. Give me my first word.
Okay, here we go. First word, adultery.
Adultery? Oh, that's easy. Adultery is two wrong people doing the right thing.
Say, that's not bad at that. Well, how about the word aviatrix?
Oh, that's easy for me. I used to be one. An aviatrix is a pilot who cannot fly upside down without having a crack up and a bust down.
Say, you're smarter than I thought you were.
Oh, you've got a lot to learn about women. But let's see you try this word out for size. Divorce.
Divorce? Why, that's when two people can't stomach each other any longer. Now, young lady, suppose you give me the meaning of chivalry.
Chivalry? Why, anyone knows that. It's just man's desire to protect woman against every man but himself. Now, what do you think about the word kiss?
Oh, a kiss is nothing but uptown shopping for downtown business. Say, and while we're on the subject of kissing, how about the word love?
Love. That's right up my alley.
Yeah, that's the best place for it.
What do you mean?
Never mind. Just tell me your definition of the word love.
Why, love is a sickness that starts in the brain and ends up in the bed. And while we're talking about beds, what do you think the word nurse means?
Nurse? Why, honey, I can give that to you in 2 words.
The definition of nurse in 2 words?
That's right.
Well, let's have it.
Panhandler.
Say, that's pretty good for a 2-word definition. But I'll tell you what I'll do. Just to show you I'm as smart as you are, I'll give you a 2-word definition for any word that you give me.
Okay, that's a deal. What about the word prostitute?
A 2-word definition of the word prostitute?
That's right.
Why, that's a pushover. A prostitute is a busybody.
Well, that's not bad at that. Now, why don't you give me a word that's a little out of the ordinary now? Something different, you know?
Okay, you asked for it. What about papoose?
Papoose, huh?
That's right. What's the matter? You're not stuck, are you?
Well, of course not. A papoose is a consolation prize for taking a chance on an Indian blanket.
Well, so far we seem to be pretty even, don't we?
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
I thought you were telling me men were so much smarter than women.
Now, don't get yourself all cock-sided, honey. The game is far from over.
Okay, you brilliant man. Fire when ready.
Well, you're a woman. You should know the answer to this. What's the meaning of the word pregnancy?
Why, pregnancy is nothing but a woman all swelled up over her mate's work.
Well, you really ought to know the answer to that one, honey.
I sure as hell should by this time. And while we're on the subject, what about the word, rape?
Rape, huh?
That's right. The answer to this one should come just about as easy to you as the last one came to me.
Oh, nothing to it at all. Rape is merely seduction without salesmanship.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good myself. Say, while we're in the sexy vein, suppose you give me your definition of the word passion.
Well, passion is well, it's a feeling you feel when you feel a feeling you've never felt before.
Well, I guess that's one way of putting it.
Now, I've got a word that should be a stranger to you.
A word that should be a stranger to me?
That's right. That's probably something you've never heard of before.
Well, I can't think what it could be.
Fairy.
Fairy?
I knew that would stick you.
Honey, you underestimate me. A fairy is a man who likes his vice versa.
I guess I did underestimate you.
Well, do you agree now that men are smarter than women?
Of course not. I seem to be keeping up with you all right, don't I?
Well, let's see how you'll do with this one.
Okay, give it to me.
Oh, I'd love to.
No, give me the word.
Oh, okay. What about spring?
Spring, huh?
That's right. Beautiful, romantic spring.
Well, mister, spring is just when a young man's fancy turns to thoughts of what a woman's been thinking of all winter.
Mighty sharp, mighty sharp. You amaze me.
Well, thank you, kind sir, for the compliment. And let's see if you can do as well.
Got a good word for me?
A wonderful word.
Well, let's have it.
Well, what's a rumba?
A rumba?
You heard me.
A rumba, my dear, is a naval battle without the loss of seamen.
Oh, that's wonderful. Simply wonderful.
Well, let's see if you can do as well with triplets.
Triplets?
That's right. Let's not dilly-dally now.
Well, it seems to me that triplets are just taken seriously when it's been poked at you in fun.
Well, I have to leave pretty soon. Let's see if you can think of a good one.
Well, let's try the word weakling.
Well, from what I've seen, a weakling is merely a girl who means no, but can't say it.
Well, you're close.
Close? I'm right on the button. Here's something you ought to know.
Yeah, what?
Well, suppose you give me your definition of a well-kept woman.
Oh, that's a snap.
Well, let's hear it.
Oh, a well-kept woman is one who wears mink in the day and fox at night.
I'll figure that one out later.
Well, while you're figuring that one out, suppose we finish this little game off by telling me what you think a wife is.
Why, honey, a wife is nothing more than a gadget that you screw on the bed and it does all your work.